Hey everyone, this is Brandon, aka Brandizimo. Today I'm going to be changing strings on my Marcus Miller Sire V7. This is their Blue Sparkle Edition. Right now in the video, I'm currently using my drill. It has a tip on the end so that I can unwind the strings from the top, from the tuning pegs. It's pretty simple if you're doing regular maintenance on your bass or on your guitar. This is how you typically start with changing strings. You unwind the strings so that you can pull them out of the tuning pegs, and then once I pull them out of the tuning pegs myself, I then come back and kind of just wipe down the guitar a little bit. Right now you can see me grabbing my wire cutters, and the reason why I'm doing this is because it's a lot easier to pull the strings out from the bridge area, or where the strings are being held, whenever I cut the strings, because they don't have, you'll see later in the video that I make like a L shape at the end of the string so that I can insert the string into the tuning peg, because there's holes in the tuning pegs, as you can see. Kind of see it right there really quick at a glance. Here I am just wiping down the bass, making sure that everything's okay. And as I'm wiping the bass down, every now and then I'll see that there's like dust, usually under the strings by the pickups. Don't know the main reason for that, but I usually just wipe it down, and that's usually where like the trouble spot is. It's just under the pickups, and you can see here I'm showing the camera. Just wiping everything down, all the chrome stuff. These are the strings that I use, the D'Addario NYXLs for the bass. Oh my gosh, they came in as a recommendation from a friend. And I've been using them for the last couple, probably like 4 or 5 string changes that I've done. I try to change my strings every 2 to 3 months, depending on how often I'm using the bass. If I'm not using the bass that often, I do 3 months. But then if I am using it like regularly, I do about every 2 months. The strings are color coded, as you can see, so it makes it a lot easier to just switch out the strings and put these new ones in, because I know exactly where they go according to the labeling. And then the labeling itself tells you the color and all that, so it's really easy to do. You can see here I'm showing you that this is the purple one, and I think this is the B string, which is the lowest string on my bass. I do have a 5-string bass, so yeah, just pulling it through here, pulling all the strings according to the label. Again, remember, this is according to the label as to what is on the label itself. Just pulling the string through here. This is fairly easy. This probably took me about 10-15 minutes. And the only reason why it took that long was because I was trying to start and stop the video itself. So don't come at me, bro. Please excuse my chunkiness. I'm trying to show the camera here. All the strings are in the holes. Alright. Now for the next part. Also, please excuse my bed. It was a little messy. It looks a little messy. I just got a lot of stuff on there right now because I'm just restringing my bass. I don't have like a place or a table to put it on, but yeah. So here I am cutting the string, because sometimes it can be a little bit too long, just a little bit though, and you really want to gauge it, because if you cut your string too short, you won't be able to get it inside the tuning peg, and it'll just keep coming out whenever you're trying to put it in. So make sure you don't cut it too short. I tried to go at least from the first tuning peg, so this is B string, from the first tuning peg I try to go up 2 pegs from there, and that usually gives me a good reference point of where I want to cut it. Now as you can see, there's like the last tuning peg at the very top, which I think is the the D string, sorry, you will want to eyeball that one a little bit more. Again, just don't cut it too short, because you will run into issues where the string won't stay inside the tuning peg and it'll just keep coming out, and then you'll have to use your old string. And hopefully by this time you didn't cut it. So just be very careful, especially if this is your first time changing strings. I don't recommend cutting your first pair of strings unless you feel super comfortable with cutting them and you know the length and all that. Again, I grab my little drill and I put it on the tuning peg with my little adapter, and I hold the string down as the drill winds up the tuning peg to tighten up the string. You want to hold down your string because whenever it's turning inside the tuning peg, or on the tuning peg I should say, you gotta just be careful because it can pop out, so you want to hold it down if you can. This also kind of helps it wind around the tuning peg a lot better, a lot easier. Showing the camera here. Now, you also don't want to tune the string at this time. You want to just get it tight enough to where the string's being held in the tuning peg, but don't tune the actual string yet. Here you see me doing it to each other of the strings, and I'm sorry, this is a really bad angle here. I'm just holding down the strings again, and I'm winding up the strings again. I'm not tightening it all the way to where it's a point where I can start tuning. And the reason why I don't do that is because there's tension in the neck, and you just gotta be careful that you don't mess up the strings or the neck with unwanted tension. So whenever you're getting to a point when you have all the strings on, at that point, yes, you can start getting them to a point where they're like tight enough to where you're going to start tuning them. You can just see me here trying to tighten them up to a point where I feel comfortable. As you can see, there's not a lot of play, but there's enough play to where I feel comfortable that I can start moving on to the tuning process. Make sure you pick up all the little scrap that you have from whenever you cut the strings so you can throw them away, because you don't want to accidentally step on them, which I've done plenty of times and it hurts. So just don't do that. Go ahead and grab your stuff. Go take it to the trash can. So I'm definitely walking with a tripod in my hand at this point, so please ignore. Alright, so this is my setup. It's not really much, it's kind of a small room. But this is my setup, so as you can tell, I don't have a table or anything in my room, or enough space for a table in my room to set the bass, so I always just do it on my bed. See, all the strings are in the saddles on the bridge. You just want to make sure you route your cable, or it's not your cable, but your string itself through the nut, and make sure that whenever you're tuning it up is already in place and you're just holding it down. Check it out. Deuces, homies.